What is up, everyone? Welcome to Reality Room Spoilers with Paul, bringing you the latest on Big Brother 21 live feeds. Okay, guys, we had a lot of stuff happen in the past 2 days. Mostly going to focus on, I'm going to try to focus on today a little bit, or just try to focus mostly on the important stuff that happened in the past couple of days. So we have the veto ceremony happen the other day on Sunday. And just like we thought, Ovi was backdoored by Christie, which was, we expected it. Sam basically talked Christie into doing that, and it is what it is. I'm not happy about it. What I am kind of upset about, though, is the fact that Christie and Ovi were talking after, and then she was just like lying straight to Ovi's face. And, Christy claims to be like this complete straight shooter, but she was like, yeah, I didn't even know that Sam was going to be using the veto. So this kind of took me by surprise because I thought he was not going to use it anymore. And, it's just total nonsense. So she claims to be a straight shooter, but, she's not when it comes to Ovi for whatever reason. A straight shooter for everyone else except Ovi. I'm a little bummed out about it because Ovi was my pick to win. I do like him as a person. And I know a lot of people at home like him too, but there's nothing we can do at home to save him, really. So I want to start with the conversations that Ovi was having with people in the house, which, I'm not exactly doing this in chronological order. Because I'm going to go back and talk about some other conversations, but I'm going to stick with like the theme of Ovi talking to people. So first was Christie. Christie basically told him that, hey, you're pretty much good to go. You're safe. In my opinion, I just put you up there to, because I didn't think you'd go crazy if I put you up. We know that's a lie. Ovi is the plan to go. So, I don't know, guys. You do what you have to do in Big Brother. Christy. In Big Brother, you're supposed to lie. Just don't say you're a straight shooter and then lie. Just say this is Big Brother and I have to lie. That's all you have to do. It's so simple. So simple. Acknowledge that you do have to lie and then lie. And then, then we understand at home. Don't say you're a straight shooter and then start lying to people's faces. That's bullshit. Okay? So Jackson talks to Ovi next, and he basically says, hey, look, and he's actually the most honest with him out of everyone. He's like, okay. He's like, look, I'm voting for Kat to stay. He kind of alludes that he thinks that Ovi's going to stay over Kat. Honestly, at this point, we actually don't know what Jackson is thinking because Christy never got a chance to tell Jackson and Jack what her plan was because she was in the HOH room the previous night and she was literally like about to get to the point of putting Ovi on the block instead of Kemi if the veto was used. But then Ovi actually walked in maybe 2 minutes before she was getting to that part of the story. So they were pretty blindsided by that too, and then they were not happy. And Jack still very much wants Kemi out of the house. So Jackson's telling Ovi, "Hey, look, I'm voting to keep Kat no matter what." And Ovi respected that. One important conversation that happened, in my opinion, was a conversation that Ovi had with Jessica, which I thought it was a very telling conversation because it also made us find out what Nicole is going to end up doing as well. So Jessica talks to Ovi, and they're just kind of feeling each other out. Jessica likes Ovi as a person or whatever, and Ovi likes Jessica as a person or whatever. And he's trying to get her vote, and she's like, "Hey, look, I don't know where the votes stand right now. I really don't know." She's being pretty honest with him too. And Ovi's like, "Oh, well, I have this person, this person, this person. That's because they told me." They all lied to him, except maybe Nicole at the time. Nicole was maybe on the fringe of maybe wanting to keep him, but now she's not voting to keep him, by the way, which I'll get to why after. So yeah, Jessica is talking to Ovi, and Jessica's just trying to feel out what Ovi, who Ovi thinks he has, because if they have people, then they can possibly save him, and that's an option. But Ovi doesn't really have anyone. Like he's saying people that Jessica knows Ovi doesn't have, because those are basically people in that Jessica's close to, and she knows that. He's basically saying like Kemi, like Cliff, maybe Nicole, and Jessica kind of knows like, yeah, you don't really have these people. And he was saying like, oh, I have Nick, maybe. Jack says I'm good. It's just not there. Just not there. No one's giving Ovi like a definite. Everyone's like, oh, well, if you have this many votes, we're gonna keep you. But he doesn't have that many votes. So then after that conversation Jessica has with Ovi, Jessica talks to Nicole, and she thinks it's kind of sketchy for Ovi to want Kemi to save him when he was okay with Kemi going on the block, which I think. And that kind of convinces Nicole to be like, okay, I guess we're getting rid of Ovi. We're working with Kat anyway, which I'll get to, by the way, what the girls are doing. So, yeah. So here's the issue that I have with Jessica's logic. Everyone was okay with Kemi going on the block for the most part. Like, no, like a few people were complaining about it, sure. But no one was saying like overtly, don't put her on the block. Jessica wasn't telling Christy, don't put Kemi on the block. The only people that actually said that to her were fucking Nick and Bella, interestingly enough. So, there's that. It's not like Jessica flat out told her to not put her up. I don't even know if she was like even privy to that knowledge, actually, but besides the point. But also, we saw in Sunday's episode, Kemi literally tried to put Ovi on the block first. So, Ovi was, was trying to get Kemi on the block or whatever. Kemi literally campaigned to the HOH to get Ovi on the block. And you have people on Twitter being like, oh, Ovi's, backstabbing Kemi or whatever, like a few days ago, like 2-3 days ago. And Kemi literally tried to get him on the block, and the only person to have done that at that time. So I'm just calling it how it is. I'm just calling bullshit. Calling bullshit on people who I've enough of that. Enough of that. Ovi's likely going home. He has basically no votes right now. It's sad, but there's a twist on Wednesday, so we'll find out what that is. Maybe he'll have a shot to come back in. Though the real question is, actually one more thing about Ovi. A lot of people are saying, why can't he just use his power as leverage? I'm not sure if he's even allowed to tell people about his power. Like sometimes Big Brother twist. Like if you win a secret power, sometimes you're not allowed to tell anyone about it. And that could be why he hasn't tried to use it as leverage. He might have to deny. And if that's the case, then there's nothing he can really do about it. Because it literally said after you won the comp and he won the power, he's like, you'll use this power and no one will have any idea that it was you or something. That's literally what they said. Like, no one will have any idea that you were responsible. So that, to me, I took that as, oh, he's not allowed to tell anyone about this. I could be wrong about that. Like, I don't know. Maybe you can tell people, but that's just what I took from that. And I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I'm also curious if he gets back in the house, if he's still going to have the power that he originally won. So, we know there's going to be some sort of like buyback twist or something along those lines, some new, fresh buyback twist. So if he gets back in the house, that is a potential thing to worry about, I guess, if you're another house guest. Okay, so I'm going to start talking about the Girls Alliance now. So the girls formed an alliance. 6 of the girls formed. Well, six of the girls had an agreement not to put girls on the block and to basically try not to get to kick other girls out of the house. Those 4 were, it's not those 4, those 6 were Christy, Kat, Jessica, Bella, Nicole, and Kemi. So yeah, I remembered everyone. Yay. I didn't accidentally forget her name. So yeah, it was those 6. Very. It seemed like some people were more into it than others. Christy said she was into it, but honestly, I never trust a thing Christy says anymore because she's like a flip flopper. I mean, it's fine to be a flip flopper. Honestly, it's more entertaining for for us the viewers. But I don't think it was a good call bringing her in. But we'll see. I think Kemi, Nicole, Jessica. At the time, I thought Kemi, Nicole, Jessica, and Bella were the 4 that were most into it. I thought that Kat could potentially blow it up with Jackson, which I don't think she has yet. Surprisingly, I'm surprised she hasn't like revealed this at all to him, or even Jack, who I believe she is still kind of close with, like not as close as she was a few days ago, because he kind of yelled at her. If you remember from my I don't know why I'm laughing at that. If you remember, I included that in our previous live feed update video. So yeah, that's a 6-person alliance. I don't generally like alliances that are purely made just on like gender, like guys alliances, girls alliances. I think it's kind of stupid. But we did have an actual alliance form out of the 6, which I did like until one of the people blew it up later, which I'll get to. So last night we had 4 of the 6 girls together, and they basically agree, okay, like we have Christy and Kat like in the group, but they're not really in the group. It's really going to be us 4, which is Bella, Kemi, Jessica, and Nicole. So those are the 4 main alliance, and they're going to be calling themselves Black Widow. Ooh, it's a pretty good name, honestly. I'm actually very impressed. Because they eat men or whatever. So they're going to try to get every guy out of the house, which, okay. Yeah, the goal of the alliance is to get everyone out of the goal of any alliance in Big Brother is to get everyone else out of the house except yourself. So, getting all the guys out is a good first step. And then you got to get the rest out. And then they could be Final 4. But I actually had hopes for this alliance, and a lot of people did. People were worried that Bella would blow it up, and she did. But I'll get to that later. So first, I want to talk about. Let's see here. Right. So yeah, Bella and Nick were. Okay. So yeah, Nick was in like the room with the 4 of them, and when he left or whatever, apparently like Bella was kind of revealing to Nicole, and I think Kemi stepped out to do a DR at the time. So I think Bella reached out to Jessica and Nicole and she was like, hey, Nick and I are really close because I confided something in him, and he responded in a way that no one has ever responded before, and it was really like comforting and helpful, and now he's like a safe person for me to talk to in this house. And I was kind of thinking on like how Nick like I don't know what that was. It was probably before feeds went on. I was trying to think what that could have been, and when and how he reacted. But I'm thinking like he probably reacted the way he did, probably because he's a therapist and like knows how to like deal with people, like he's used to talking to people about their problems. So he's probably a good person for her to, whatever the issue is. She's apparently going to talk about it with Nicole and Jessica tomorrow. So, we'll keep an eye out for that. But until then, we know that she confided something in Nick like a few days ago. And that's the reason why they're so close in the house. And they might be a showmance, by the way, but we'll get to that. So while the 4 of them are like making their alliance or whatever, Jack and Annalise, I forget what her nickname was, Liz, whatever. Jack and Annalise were like cuddling or some shit, and so we might have like another showmance or a showmance or something along those lines. And people were like speculating about it in the house, like, oh shit, they're putting a target on their back for cuddling, and they were kind of trying to do damage control the next day, but I don't know. And also Jackson and Kat are like sleeping in the same bed. Yeah, I think it was yesterday as well. So, do we have showmances? I don't know, man. Um, it's rather interesting. So I also want to talk about some things that happened today. So Kemi, so here's how like the alliance that they have, the 4-person alliance, like, it's not as solid as it seemed on the feeds. And I know this because of 2 conversations that happened. One way more blatant and the other a little less so. So Kemi and Bella were talking, and they're like, "Hey, I know we have the 4 with Nicole and Jessica, but they're kind of on a need to know basis to me." So already, like, we already have a like there's a need to know basis, need to know basis, need to know basis. Because the girls also talked about the 4, talked about even bringing in the other 2 girls and kind of being like, hey, girls don't put up girls, like just whispering that in their ears, like not alliance or anything. So what we're creating here are tiers of an alliance right now. We have a girl alliance tier. And we all know tiers in alliances work extremely well, right? No, they never work. So we have an 8. So we have an 8 with all the girls. And then we subtract Annalise and Holly, and we have the 6 that originally talked the other day. And then we have another tier of 4, which is the Black Widow Alliance with Bella, fuck, I already forget. With Bella, Jessica, Nicole, and Kemi, right? And then we have another tier with just Bella and Kemi. You can't have 4 tiers in an alliance. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it's so stupid, but whatever. Maybe it'll work. I don't think it will, though. Jesus Christ. Like, you can't have mistrust in a 4-person alliance that you just made yesterday. And I think the reason was because, like, they think Nicole knew about Kemi getting backdoored. I mean, most people knew about her getting backdoored. And you know what? It's Big Brother. You have to actually put these things behind you in order to move forward. Like, I think that's I'm rambling here, but I think that's like the big mistake in Big Brother. People look to the past way too much. The past is almost irrelevant unless you need a reason to put someone up. The past is irrelevant unless you need a reason to put someone up. That's the only way the past should be coming into play. Like, yesterday's enemy is today's friend, basically, in Big Brother. Like, you have to adapt. It's all fucking adaptation. So the fact that they're like creating like this tier system after they make the 4-person alliance, which was already a condensed. Like, I like the 4-person alliance. I thought it was a great team, and now they're already like, oh, I guess is it a final 2 that Kemi and Bella have? I don't know. Speaking of Bella, so Nick and Bella were kind of talking tonight, and apparently Nick has been like cuddling with like other people in the house for the purpose of not having the people in the house know that him and Bella are kind of like a secret showmance, kind of, sorta. So yeah, we have a secret showmance in the house with Bella and Nick. Okay. And she was like really pissed off because he was like, apparently he like carried Annalise into the house or something because she asked him, and she was just, I don't know, she was being irrational, but Nick is really good understanding person. At least when it comes to speaking with Bella. I mean, he's when he talks to other people, he's maybe a little, maybe he says some things that he shouldn't. But I mean, so does Jack, and it is what it is. But and Sam too. But but Nick and Bella talking, like, he genuinely cares about her. He's like, hey, look, we apparently they talked about this already about being a showmance, and and she said that she didn't want to do that, like, not even in secret, but that goddamn, like, what exactly did they say? It was so bizarre. It was such a bizarre conversation. Okay, so they're talking about the strategy in the house. They don't want to be a showmance because they don't want to put a target on their back. That's something that they 100% agree on. Although Nick said that if Bella wants to back out of that because in order to perceive themselves as not being a showmance, Nick has to like cuddle with other people. Like and he's not just cuddling with girls; he's cuddling with guys too. So it's not like it's it's not like it's one sided or anything. And he says that hey, he tells Bella that she should cuddle with other people too. And but of course, the only people that she could cuddle with are Jack and Jackson, who are the only single guys in the house. And they're both already in showmances. Not to mention that Bella hates Jack's guts. Apparently, everyone hates Jack, by the way. Oh, I forgot to mention the Ovi Jack conversation, but who do you think is playing the smartest game? Well, I thought it was. I think, honestly, no one ever says Nicole's name, so probably Nicole. No one's ever said her name, so yeah, Nicole. Let's see. Who else? I think Cliff is pretty safe too. No one's really saying his name anymore. Jackson surprisingly playing a pretty good game as well. Yeah, so I would say three that are playing good games are and Tommy. So okay, so we have Tommy, we have Jackson, we have Nicole, and I forgot who else I said already. Nicole and all right, I forgot already. But yeah, it was whatever the four I said before. So yeah, so those are the four I think they're playing pretty good games right now. Let me know what you think down in the chat, people. Yeah, so Nick and Bella are talking about this conversation, and it's honestly, I'm actually interested in the conversation because it's unique, it's interesting. They both understand being in the showmance is not good for their game. It's very reminiscent of Tyler and Angela last season. Was Angela, right? Whatever her name is. Anyway, so yeah, we have, but here's the important part of this conversation. At the end of the conversation, like they kind of just like agree to be like, I guess, kind of continue whatever they're doing, which is vague. So he's still gonna cuddle with people, just try not to have Bella see it. Although he offered not to do it at all. So maybe he's not going to do it anymore. I don't know. It was kind of vague. But anyway, they leave the room, and Bella tells Nick about the 4-person alliance that she formed with the girls. I mean, this just proves to me that Nick and Bella are literally ride or die. That's all it proves to me. Like, there's no reason for Bella to tell Nick about the alliance. No reason at all. They are ride to die. That's what they are. They're going to be they're a final two. That's it. Like they're the real deal. Or at least Bella thinks they're the real deal. There's no reason Nick should know. No reason at all. I don't know. I mean, if you agree or if you disagree, let me know down below, I guess. But that's the way it is. Also, Bella knows that Nick is a therapist. I don't know if everyone in the house knows that, but Bella knows. So maybe there's definitely like a huge trust between the two of them. So much so that she blew up an alliance that she made. Literally she kind of made it. She's like, oh, I like this 4. She was the one that kind of initiated that, like the 4 conversation. So I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't. So we'll see if Nick keeps it to himself. Here's how we know they're good. If Nick doesn't tell anyone about the girl alliance, then we know Bella and Nick are good. That's how we know they're good. But if Nick goes and tells other people, then we know that they're not a legitimate like final two or whatever they want to be. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. The ball is very much in Nick's court right now, We'll see what happens. Also, everyone next week seems to want to either get Jack or Kemi out. So it's going to be one of the two of them probably. Kemi flat out said she's putting up Jack and Jackson with the intent of having Jack go home. So we'll see what happens there. Nick and Bella will be targeted pretty soon, I'm assuming, since they're always together. Well, here's the thing. No one really talks about them as a showmance, which is good for them. But Jack and Annalise, they like colored one night, and everyone's seeing them as a showmance. So whatever Nick and Bella are doing, it's working. No one sees them as a showman, so it's literally working. I doubt Kemi will even survive the next couple of weeks. Honestly, she doesn't deserve it. Doesn't I don't know. Well, it's not always about deserve in Big Brother. Like no one really deserves to leave in Big Brother. It's just, you know, someone's got to go. Ovi doesn't deserve to leave this week either, but he's gonna go. You know, that's just the way Big Brother goes. And whoever's next to go probably won't really deserve to go, or, you know, unless it's unless it's Jack. Jack deserves to go. But you know, other than maybe Jack, I don't think anyone deserves to go. But everyone will eventually go, because that's the nature of the game. Will Kemi survive long? I don't think. Probably not. She will be the first person out of that 4-person girl alliance to be targeted. And you know, that's just the way it is. But she's going to gun for the HOH, and so is a lot of people going to gun for this one, by the way, because they have to. Oh, here's one thing I didn't talk about. I'm going to end in like 2 minutes, but Nick talked about throwing the HOH competition to one of the girls, because they know that they're probably going to put Jack on the block and try to get Jack out, and he doesn't want to get the blood on his hands. Although he said that he would do that if he did win. He would like backdoor Jack, and you know, he's not going to backdoor Jack. He's not going to backdoor Jack. If he understands Big Brother, he's not going to backdoor Jack. That would be a stupid move for him to do. He needs to have one of the girls win. That's what he has to do if he wants Jack to leave. So he would. And I don't know. Also, I don't know why he's telling people that. See, Nick's a good player, but he tells people too many things. He tells people, "I want you to win because I want you to target this person." No, that's not. You're not supposed to tell people that. That's stupid. You know, if you say that in the diary room, and then we're all impressed with you. You say that in the house, and you're putting a target on your back. Like, you know, people shooting arrows, and you know, one of them is going to land on you, buddy. Jax might find out about it. Like, all it takes is one girl to have a conversation with him. All it takes is for Jack to win HOH next week, and for the girls to say, "Oh, hey, well, you know, Nick kind of alluded to you maybe putting, Nick kind of alluded to us putting you on the block, so maybe you should be targeting Nick." You know, all it takes is one conversation. That's it. You know, you fuck up once and you're done. But you know, again, that was more of a conversation with Bella. Like, he didn't actually say Jack's name, but he to the 4 girls, he did mention it to Bella about the girls winning. But yeah, Nick, you've heavily alluded to it being them. I can speak. He heavily alluded to the girls that if they won, they should put up Jack. That's all I'll say. All right, so I'm going to end it here. It's been about a half hour. I didn't mean to ramble this long. I apologize if I ramble too much about a certain thing. Also, I'm very tired, so that's also why I'm maybe didn't sound as eloquent as usual. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below if you enjoyed this video. I think I have a link to the previous live feed update below if you want to take a look at that. If it's not there, I'll put it there now. Going to be doing an episode recap tomorrow. If anything important happens between now and tomorrow, I will do another update. I don't think it will, though. Personally, I don't think it will. I'll be doing one on Wednesday night when we find out who the HOH is. So expect one Wednesday night between like either like, I don't know, maybe like midnight, somewhere between midnight and 3 a.m. basically. All right, so until then, guys, peace.